We have both far too many fossil fuels in the world. We're going to have enormous stranded assets, half of gas, three-quarters of coal, etc. Maybe up as much as half of oil reserves, proven reserves, need to stay in the ground if we're going to get to where we are. But we also have local short-term shortages of some of those exact materials. We're here in the UK, there's a shortage of the storage of gas. So there needs to be only some, limited financing for a transition, but only for a transition, which is why you need things like GFANs that are relentlessly, ruthlessly, absolutely focused on that transition to net zero. And not just any transition, a 1.5 degree transition, which, sorry if I may, which is what G20 leaders signed off on yesterday.
The G20 leaders didn't stop, for example, coal from being used domestically.
Yeah.
And so we're doing progress, but we're going at it slowly.
Well, we're doing progress. We need to accelerate it. We need to recognize there's differences, and as there obviously are, between advanced economies, developing economies. Some of those, there's a different timeline for fully ending coal. We want to stop coal, not just new coal, but stop use of coal by 2030 in the advanced economies. That's what Powering Past Coal, which is a big element of COP26, is about. But also by the end of the next decade in the emerging developing world. And if I may, again, to bring it back to finance, to give them the confidence to do that, they need to see literally a wall of money that's available for their transition. So when they're building up alternative energy, that the money is going to be there.
Who could do better in finance? Is it the asset managers or the big banks?
Well, what we're going to reveal on Wednesday is who's doing the best. And so from asset managers, sneak peek, well, look, the problem is it's a $100 trillion problem. And so the question is who's stepping up for the solution. The members of GFANs, so those are in Net Zero Banking Alliance, Net Zero Asset Managers Alliance, the asset owners, the big pension funds, stepping up with these commitments, and then we need to channel them to where they're needed the most.
How much stress is there at the moment amongst the asset managers that actually some of the ESG labeled products, then if you probe, are not green enough?
Well, look, there is some stress, and it's great that there is that. It's not great that it happens, but it's great that there's that scrutiny, and there's that skepticism or healthy skepticism about ESG labels or sustainable labels. And that, again, is one of the reasons we're having this ruthless, relentless focus on net zero, because in the end, look, we can't stabilize the climate unless we get to net zero. And it's as simple, these are hard numbers. Your emissions are either A or B, they're going up or down. And if they're going down, are they going down consistent with the science? We anchor it in the science, the same science the UN and others use for the 1.5 degree objectives.